All right, I think we might be back online. We are checking to see if everything is still going. Okay, looks like we're good. I'm not sure what the YouTube VOD's going to look like after this. This might be its own section, but it looks like we are okay. So we're going to keep going, and I will figure out how to clean up the VOD later. All right, so actually this is probably, that was a good awakening of like, okay, what are we doing? I feel like I've gone quiet. We started really strong this stream with like a very clear sense of what we were trying to achieve. And I feel like as we kind of hit more bugs and more roadblocks, we've kind of started to like dawdle a little bit and we're losing focus. So what we're trying to attempt to do is we're trying to get it so that we can actually test to see if this logic is working. This is breaking. Not this. The combo system is breaking. So if we take a look at the combo checker, which is this one, I think the very simple thing to do is we try and get the unit. This can come back with null, I think, which is valid. So we can just check to see, rather than checking around to see how other ability effects handle it, we will just check to see if this is null, then we will return immediately. And maybe if we want it to be a little safe, we could make sure that we set the combo count to 0. I think it should be 0 by default and therefore be fine, but I'm going to add a little bit of extra insurance. And now if we run it again, we shouldn't run into the problem with the predict causing us to not be able to move. Okay, cool. We are back online. Thank you, Amorphous, for letting me know. I think YouTube is also running again now. It looks like YouTube may have started it as a new stream, so I do think this is gonna be a separate VOD. Okay. I've been making, I think, overall good progress though. So I'm gonna say we just keep going rather than end the stream because of an internet blip. Let's see if all this work is good. Okay. So if we move away and we... Ooh, still broken. There's a couple potential problems here. So Defender isn't null because we would have left. So I think this is implying that we failed to either get the ability type component or we failed to get the combo tracker. Either way, I think we should be able to put a breakpoint in here and get a good idea. Oh, we're already still debugging. So we can come back into here. We can hit this button and ability. We found the ability component. So that implies the Defender does not have a combo tracker on them, which is an interesting bug. We can validate that relatively quickly here. If we take a look at the bat. Ooh, it is not a bat. It is a 3D enemy container. I modified the bat prefab, assuming that's what we're using, and I made an incorrect assumption. Let's move. We are using this. Okay. Ability. Combo. Combo tracker. And let's give it 3 things. We will do middle, low, high still. That's an easy bug. And let's give this one a go. Is Lorenzo Game Dev still in chat? Okay, let's head down here and let's hit the thing. I'm gonna guess no. I was just curious whether or not what we had been showing is making sense, because I feel like we've kind of jumped in blind. I'm just curious for any feedback on whether or not the gameplay is clear, or what we're trying to achieve at the very least. Okay, so that hit again. I can't tell if that's working. I guess we'll have to come in here and also debug. Obviously, part of the problem is we have no feedback. So I would like to have some sort of like system in place that will tell us whether or not we are succeeding in our combos. So we're coming in here. Combo count is middle, low, middle. This ability is a low. Oh, it's not working because I'm using contextual instead of the actual abilities, because contextual always is considered a low. So this is coming in with an actual button press. Now we're doing middle. Okay, so that does 13. Then we're going to shove, which should come back with, ooh, still 0. Okay. So this should be a middle. It is. So we're coming in here and getting combo index 1, and we return combo index 1. That is what we get. And then we should see that that adjusts the power. So if we then hit this one, we get these values. We get 1, we get property power 15. We're going to get combo increase of 10. So we should get a value of 25 for this. So we now have a new value of 25. Oh. We got here twice without... Huh. Why would we have gotten there twice? So we did dash attack, or specifically light attack. Does this have combo in here twice? It does. Here. Where's the other spot? I suppose that makes sense. That there's 2 combo checks, but I wouldn't expect us to hit both of them, because this should only be executed if we found a conditional tile that was valid, and this should only happen if the valid tile is 0. Do one of these change valid tile to true? No? So this should still be false, and we shouldn't get into any of these lower pieces. Okay, let's try it again. So we come here, we hit this one. And we hit it again. Oh. Oh, I see why. Okay. So we're not actually hitting it twice. The first one is the prediction. Because we still do a prediction even though we don't show it. It like happens pretty instantaneously. We just auto accept if there's a valid enemy there. So this one here is part of the predict system. So we are predicting what's going to happen. So that's fine. And then this one here is us actually performing it, which... by predicting the combo, the enemy doesn't know. The combo tracker doesn't realize that we're doing a prediction. And so it believes that the prediction was a valid combo incrementation. So combo tracker can't... I think we need two. We need a predict is combo predict for when we are predicting, which won't actually modify the value. But if these are matching, this needs some sort of like int result, which is equal to combo index. And then the result can get incremented and returned. But we're not actually going to modify the index. Otherwise, we actually modify it. Okay. Okay. Sure. This feels a little weird, but okay. They feel like they're doing the same thing, and I maybe could find a way to collapse this into one function, but for now, in here, we're going to do a is combo predict for this. And then if we are doing a real version, we will do all the same stuff, but is combo. And now we have two functions here that are near identical as well. So that does feel a bit odd, but I think it might be okay in this situation. And we want to do this because eventually we're going to be doing some sort of UI updating. And if we do end up having the predict show in some way, we would like to have it so that that's actually like visible, or the ability at least knows that the predict has happened. It doesn't like something in here. I don't think I saved all the files. And I was also not seeing YouTube chat after some of the modifications that happened with the internet going down. Okay, let's fix that. And welcome back to the YouTube side, Amorphous. Okay, let's try this again. In theory, this should work at this point. And if it does, the next step we need to figure out is how we're going to display combo progression to the player. What kind of feedback are we going to give? I need to equip the abilities. Okay. Gotta go to the skill screen and actually equip them. Might be useful having some sort of like default save at some point that I can use, so that if we're doing multiple testing rounds, I can like set up a version of the character and then just like save and load into that moment, because saving and loading is all fully functional as well. I just don't have like a UI screen for it. All right, combos. Here we go. Dash attack. Predicting the combo. Combo count is 1 on the predict. We did 19. That feels higher. We need to put a breakpoint in here for combo count to see what's happening. Okay, and we will do a shove attack, which should predict it as a combo count 2. It does, and we should see that inside of the actual execution as well. So that did 20 on a shove, which is a lot more than regular shove. And then we're going to do another dash attack, which will be a mid, which should be combo count 3, which it is. And that worked correctly, and in here that also worked correctly. Oh, I missed the damage number. Can I see it on Twitch? Ah, I missed it there too. Okay, well, regardless, I'm going to assume it worked. Let's do one more thing here. Let's do another mid attack. This should predict to combo 1. It does. This should also say combo 1. It does. 23. Okay. And then we're going to shove. We're going to get rid of the predict thing because I think that's working. This should be combo count 2. It is. 23. Okay. And then we do a dash attack. And this is combo count 3. 39. Okay. Let's take the breakpoints out and see how that feels. I think that is functional. So we can do we're at combo point 0 right now. So we can do rush 21, which is a little bigger than normal, I think. Shove, which is a pretty big hit. And then rush again, which is 35. But if we were to just do, say, predict internal broken again. Oh, interesting. Are we perhaps targeting the bush behind the enemy? Therefore, trying to get a combo tracker. Oh, that's annoying. Well, we should not be treating... No, that can't be right, because the bush shouldn't be a unit, I wouldn't think. Can we recover? We can. So we're gonna shove the enemy. We will dash attack. And if we try and dash attack again, can we get that same bug? Excuse me? Ooh, this has to be a general bug with the ability system. I have not seen this before because it probably doesn't matter most of the time, but it looks like somehow in this situation, the combo tracker, or more accurately, the ability targeting system has somehow chosen to target the player as the target, but the player doesn't have a combo tracker on them, so it breaks. I'm going to hack fix this to see if it is okay. Because this would imply that this is a general problem happening with a lot of ability effects, and they just somehow handle it more safely. Try get component. How do I use try get component again? Just need to out the value. Okay. Okay, and then we can wrap all this. And do the same thing down here. There, and same thing here. Okay. That's such an odd bug. So something about trying to target an enemy that's right in front of us while there's like an object behind them somehow triggers us into a state where we end up targeting ourselves with the predict effect. If not triggering the whole thing, but if it was triggering the whole thing, I think we would take damage. Let's get past this. In fact, I think I want to just stop debugging and then just try this as is. We will need to restart at this point. Go grab the abilities again, because once again, contextual move is giving us problems, and we need these. Okay, and then we are just going to use shove to push this bat away. Okay, get into the same spot, and then if we try and dash here, yeah, works fine. Okay, so yeah, there's something weird going on there, but it doesn't seem to matter if we just properly set up the case logic for it. But I'm still a little weirded out that in this particular configuration, somehow the target ends up being us of our own ability on the predict. Something really bad is happening there. I'm going to assume it has something to do with the fact that sometimes I ignore conditionals on some of these things. So like predict is a little bit different from a normal attack. Gonna lower the mic stand a little bit. Okay. But if I do that, that does 20. If I do shove, it does 21. And then that does 37. And if I just hit the directional movement for this, it does 13. Okay. So yeah, this is doing like 10 more damage. This is doing like 15 more damage. And then this is doing... That was 35. What is it normally when I do a normal dash attack? 11. So it's doing almost like 3 times as much. Okay. We have died. I haven't actually tested dying a whole lot. It should be the same as running out of time. Nope. It is very much not. Okay. Different problem for a different day. I have not tried losing at all lately. Looks like this is all the same error. mostly the player director trying to find the next player, but the player is dead. And then current unit doesn't exist. Interesting, actually. So something about when the player dies, even though we go back to the Goddess screen and we spawn a new player, somehow the player director in this new scene is still broken. Okay. That I'm not getting into right now. Because again, the easy way to fix that problem is just not die. And we won't run into it again. Okay. So next problem. Two things. I'd like to have contextual move work properly. That would be nice. I'm going to write a really quick, like almost debuggy kind of ability effect, I think. Just to set the ability type through an ability effect, which will get us past the contextual move not working correctly. Ability type. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna still need to do, honestly, this exact logic right here, but now we will do type is equal to whatever the ability type we give here is. So we will have a public variable for the ability type we would like to change to. And we will set it here. And then we will do the same thing inside of the actual apply. In this case, I think we can just do predict internal, and there shouldn't be any issues reusing, unlike we were having before. Perfect. I don't love this as like a permanent solution for contextual move. I feel like this whole thing is like a neat experiment of like, how do I have it so that this thing is like doing what you want without you having to push as many buttons? But it still feels broken in a lot of ways, in that we're recreating a couple of different abilities, but in a way that's not super clean. Okay, so this should set this to middle. We're going to change the name of this to a set ability type. And now we should be able to see this operate correctly. Hello, Poison Lava. Saying in Twitch chat, oh my god, the avatar. Thank you. Drixie worked very hard to create this avatar. So far the response has been pretty good. I wasn't sure how, like, you know, debuting a VTuber after like being on YouTube for like 10 or 15 years or whatever was going to go, but I really feel like this probably would have been what I would have done in the beginning if this type of thing existed back then, because I've always been a, you know, no stream face kind of YouTuber. So now all of this should still work. So if we do dash shove, why is shove only doing 4? It's not working. Okay. Another thing I want to have, I think, well, no, we'll just debug it. I was going to say we might want to make a print property ability effect for debugging in order to see what's happening in these types of situations. but I will also just debug in here and see, because now when we do the dash attack, that should in theory be a middle type attack. Right? Did I set it in the wrong spot? I'm wondering now. Contextual move. Here on hit. This is where we move. Oh, it needs to be down here as well. Oh, is that why our power is off sometimes too? I'm actually not sure, but I'm going to put it down here as well. Because what is this one called? So this says show name, and this is showing light attack. And this one is showing rush. I can't see it with this here. I need to get rid of this breakpoint for a second. Okay, so here this is shove. This is rush. This is shove. Yeah, basically, okay. So this is set up the same way as dash attack, but there's no possible way to get to light attack, which is basically a dash forward. Or like, sorry, just hitting without moving, because anytime you would do that contextually, you would do a shove instead. So there's no way to get into here, but I'll still set this up because it seems reasonable to have. Okay, so we'll add back this because we're confirming that it should be doing it correctly. So in here, the ability type is middle on the predict, which is not a combo. In here, am I mad? Thanks for popping in to say hi. Poison lava. I think I see what my problem is. It's not immediately clear, but I think I need to do the same logic inside of the shove effect, because these contextual moves do not change. Like it doesn't reset. So power default is getting set. I now have to do the same thing here, I think, and we need to reset this back to a low every time we do this. Otherwise, the first time we do a rush hit or dash attack or whatever terminology we want to think about it as, whenever we do the non-shove, it will set it to a mid-level, mid-type attack, and then it'll stay like that. Low, mid, high. Low, mid, high. Still not 100% sure whether or not that terminology is like clear. We're going to just take the breakpoints out. We did 4. That did 20. That did 23. Then we have to back away in order to trigger another rush, which does 40 in this situation. That's a bit high, but I think that might just be high rolling a little bit. So rush 21, shove 20, 37. Yeah, I think we just high rolled a little bit. It should be the same as the normal abilities we were doing before. But yeah, that means now contextual move is also working correctly. So if we do a middle attack, then a low attack, and then another middle attack, we do a large amount of damage. Yeah, because that does 5. 21. Can we get this into a better state? If we go here, wait, we can go... Oh, okay. Rush for start, shove for 23, rush for 39. Okay, so if we get the enemy in the right position, skip a turn, we can kind of set up a combo without even having to move around at all. So the idea here is that we want to move 2 away, we want to have them come towards us, we want to rush, shove, rush. I think that's what we're looking for. Like, the feedback isn't there. Like, the numbers are getting bigger, which is a good sign, but like they should be more intense. Like, each time you do a combo hit that's increasing in combo level, it should feel more impactful. The animation on the text should be more intense. There should be a different backing, something. And as I perform combos, I need to know what combo state we're currently in. So when the enemy moves, or I look away for a second, I don't remember where I was in my combo. So like there needs to be like some sort of pips or indication of some kind to let you know where you currently are in your combo streak. But otherwise, I think that is functional. We're going to move away. Oh, right. They're going to... Oh, shoot. Okay, so we got to skip another turn. We move towards them, rushing, shoving, rushing, hitting for a large amount. Amorphous with a good point. Sound design will help a lot here. So if we take a look at... oh, not frame debugger. That's not what we want right now. Go away. Go away. If we turn the audio on... Yeah, each audio effect is the same, but if we can crank up the audio like pitch or swap out for a more intense sound effect each time, that could really help as well. We also have like when we do a shove, we have like this world flash we do. I don't know how I'm super zoomed in. When we do this, that has like a world flash. I think that could be more intense. Yeah, it's interesting because like some of the abilities already have some baked in like effectiveness that they already are like having a level of punchiness. Now we have to kind of figure out a way of like scaling that to be like, okay, now it needs to be more intense. If the combo check or the combo count is this level, then, you know, scale the tinting or scale the sound effects. I think this is the bones of it though. Let's take a quick look around and see what we can do to maybe try and make it a little more punchy. So when we do a damage hit, we send a default hit notification. This hit notification is itself a sequence step, which allocates a hit screen component, which is a part of the UI, gets the hit screen component, and grabs its steps and adds them to the sequence of the ability. This is something I've been not 100% sure I like, but essentially there's a secondary like system inside of here that's handling that text appearing. So it like turns the object off and then on for some reason, and then it like sets the transform like so it like scales the text up, like makes it do a little bob and like a little bounce is a better way to say that, and then it like fades the message image in, or I guess this is actually fading it out, and then we deallocate it when we're done. combo count. Let's go back to the defaults. So actually, let's just do this in here. Plus 5 times combo count. I want to see something. I want to see some level of change. Stored data. Combo count. From the UI, just something, anything to let me know that this, you know, something is being modified. Doesn't look like we have any kind of like scaling at all here, which makes sense for a number of reasons with the pixel perfectness. This is all part of core, so that's fine. I don't like hard coding this here, but let's just see if that functions. So at this stage, we should be passing the combo count to the hit notification, and then it should be changing how high on the Y the text goes based off of what your combo count is. I think long term, I'll want some sort of like punchier animation or something. That's working. I don't think I love it. So there's a little bounce when the text comes up, but if we combo off, so bigger bounce, biggest bounce, it's not punchy enough. It's not a big enough change, but that indicates that we can get information of the combo count across to this thing that's creating the like text effect. We can't scale it because that'll get really weird with the very small pixel font. We can bounce it more. We could have it like bounce and trail off. We could do something similar here with the time. So it like stays on screen for slightly longer. Maybe we only do it on one side. Maybe that's interesting. I don't know, I'm just playing now. Where does the audio part of this come from? When we hit the enemy, where's that actually? That's not part of the hit effect? Let's just go to the top. Audio? Oh, it's not part of the ability. Huh. Where does the audio come from then? What is happening? Give me audio manager. Let's play music. Play sound effect. It only gets used in 16 locations. Oh. That's gross. I hate that. So there's a hit audio screen component, which is part of the hit screen component. So on the little text things that pop up, which... Where do those even live? Hit notifications? That's the base hit notification. Where's the actual prefab live? Scenes, core, front end, combat UI, UI pools, hit components, hit element. This thing? Yeah, it just has an audio screen component on it. So it aligns it to the unit. It also has some colors associated with it. That's interesting. So we could modify the color of the text as well. Is it just white by default? It is. Well, not pure white, but we could have it so that as you combo hit, the color is slightly different as well. This exists in the Heir of Embers folder. This needs to be brought over. Sure. Let's just do a combo color for now. Maybe that's enough of a tell. If stored data dot combo count is greater than 0, return combo color. Otherwise, return damage color. We could do that too. Amorphous has the idea of maybe like white, orange, red for a 3-hit combo. White is kind of the default though, so we'd want to have like a slightly different color for the start. I'm going to turn my glasses off here, turn it back on. Okay. I guess I don't know if I've been smiling the whole time either. I mean, I never stop talking, so it's not like you can really see the default mouth. Alright. Let's just do this. We can make them the same color if we want to test it that way. So if the combo count equals 1, use color 1. If it equals 2, I'm going to change my... Oh, goodness. If it equals 3, use 3. Okay. Alright, so this is to do with the animation. This is to do with the color. I guess technically we could do the same thing here. This is super, super dumb. I will change this, I swear, later. But for now, we can do basic attack. Otherwise, we can do... some other audio. Okay, let's see if we can find another piece of audio to use. So let's go to Audio Manager. Open this up. Battle Magic. That's fine. That's movement. Is it in the base? Is it basic attack? Is that what we were calling? Yes. What do we want to use? Let's pause this for a second so we can hear more easily. So we're doing this one right now. But we could do, let's see, whoosh. That sounds more like a mist to me. Special. So these make more sense if we were actually showing like multiple attack hits, but there'll still only be one hit. They almost feel like they're going in order. Battle magic, maybe? Something in here? Charge? No, this is more like charging up an attack. No, not what we're looking for either. Like, we're looking for a series of hits that feel like they're kind of one after the other. I guess we could play two sound effects. We could play the base hit and then have like a crit sound that plays as well. That's interesting. I feel like we could maybe try, let's experiment. So let's make a new one of these. We're gonna call this like crit sounds. I've recently tried to break these up a little more because it was getting pretty difficult to scroll through all of this. So I've been trying to set them up with these individual ones a little bit more. So we're gonna do crit 1. I guess these should have better names, which I will figure out later. So let's turn the audio back on. Let's do this one as the first level because I actually think it sounds the weakest. We will give it a bit of pitch variation and keep the volume low on it, I guess. Actually, we can probably change the audio to be similar to whatever the hit is, which is 1. Okay, so we'll give it 1 audio. Let's delete this and this, and then add crit 2, which I think can be this level up sound, and then we will do crit 3, which will be this level up sound. Okay. And then we can come back into the code. Where'd the code go? Oh. There. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to just play bass audio regardless, but we will also layer in crit 1, 2, and 3 with maybe a slight delay of maybe like 0.1 seconds, I believe. So that we'll have the hit and then ba-ding. All right, so we've modified the bounce level of the text, we've modified the color of the text, and we've modified the sound effects of the text to try and make it feel a little bit more like we're doing a combo. I think the animations of the character could also be potentially... Oh, we have bugs. Okay, sure. The animation of the character could definitely help, the hit effects. There's like a bunch of other stuff we could do with the actual, like, not just the text, but like the wind up and stuff. That could be really helpful. Oh. Well, we're in the wrong scene. Let's Maybe we could just start with Forest 2 rather than... Sure, I don't think we changed anything in that scene, but we'll save it anyways. Oh. So that's too loud. I don't like the volume on that. But the text completely disappeared. Oh. I know why. Okay, so let's bring that volume down to like 0.7. Maybe even like half. Because it felt way, way too loud. Okay, and then let's go back to the hit element. I hope we're using the infinite retries version. So we didn't actually set the colors, which meant it had no alpha, which meant the text wasn't going to appear. Double music is freaking me out. Okay, fixed. What did we want to do? We said orange and red was Amorphous' idea. I don't hate that idea. Bring the alpha up and then maybe shift it more this way. And just kind of make it more of a band between those colors. I think there's a world where maybe we want more of a yellow effect. But let's start here and see how this feels. All right, turn the game audio back on because we're going to need to test that. And let's see how this goes. Audio still feels a little loud on the sound effects. Morphous brings up a good point, which is not sure how well those colors will come across on color blindness, which is definitely something that is like a pass that we will need to do. I don't have the expertise during development to like solve those problems on the fly, but I would expect, my hope is that I can find some way of testing or some existing maybe even company that could help figure out, you know, what some of those better colors might be. I'm trying to build things so that we can flexibly change. And like, yeah, I it's definitely something worth thinking about, and you are right to call it out, and it is something I'm aware of, but I'm not quite sure how to solve those problems right now. But I would obviously need to solve them at some point. For making sure that everything's accessible to everyone. All right, so boom, boom. I think the sound effects are still too loud. I'm going to try two things. We're going to try bringing them down even lower, which might be an indication that maybe our sound effects are just too loud in general, but I think these are just really intense with the like high pitch level of them. So we might also just want to try pitch shifting them down a little bit as an additional kind of change to see if that like helps with some of the range. I think I was originally thinking there'd be more of like a little like burst like texture behind it or something. But pitch shifting makes that a little weirder. Still feels a little bit off. Let's see. The first one I think is sounding okay. So like this, that sounds okay. Then from here, that feels really sharp. So I'm going to bring that down a bit more, maybe even like half the pitch, like so. And that just feels really weird. I'll try halving the pitch on that one as well, but I'm not sure what that's going to do. It might just, pitch shifting it might just be not a good idea. Like a little bit of pitch variation I think is okay, just to kind of break up the consistency of it, but changing them this much might just be a bad idea. Oh shoot, I was supposed to shove. Okay, here. Pitch shifting is also increasing the length of them, so they take longer. So that's not going to work. We could try bringing the volume down even more. We could also try different sounds too. But they're very sharp on the ears. I don't know how else to put it. That's better. I think just increase, like leaving the pitch where they are, but like just bringing the volume down. I maybe want to switch these two now, hearing them. I feel like this one feels the most impactful. Maybe these sound effects could be sped up a little bit so they're a bit more punchy. Interesting. Wild idea, but what if we go the other way? What if we go the other way? It makes it like that kind of more tinny kind of sound to it, but it is faster. Yeah, it's not quite resonating the way I would like. Whoa, way too loud. My bad, sorry. Just gonna keep playing with stuff. Sometimes this is what game development is. How are we doing on time? I'm streaming for about 3 hours. Yeah, I'm a bit of a loss on this one. Maybe we just take this one and we just pitch shift it up further and further. That might be worth a try. So we just go 1.3, 1.5. Keep the volume. Maybe we keep this at that and try that and see if that helps. Give this a shot. While we're waiting for loads and stuff here, just to kind of wax poetically a little bit, I feel like we've accomplished what we set out in terms of combos. I think this might be good. I think I like that the most. So we go in, little dunk, and then a higher pitch one. I think just pitch shifting that one sound effect up feels the most like I'm pop, pop, pop. Like it feels more punchy to me. That's feeling pretty good. Rather than doing like different sound effects. Okay. I'm using that's one of the same level up sounds for the end run screen. Okay. Real question. Do we add the UI component to the enemy? Do we add some sort of indication to your combos? So we could think of like WoW, for example, with like rogue combo points. So we could have like 3 pips under the enemy's health bar, and then as you do combos, it like fills in pip 1, pip 2, pip 3, essentially indicating the combo index of their combo tracker. That would be a relatively straightforward addition to add to the health bar of the enemy. I wonder if we need it. Here's the debate. Is it more interesting to have to remember what state you are in the combo and perform the combo correctly through memory, practice, muscle memory, whatever you want to think about it as? Or is it better to make the game clear and understandable what the current state is so that you can understand what you're doing, and it's less about performing correctly and more about just understanding and execution? I think there's an argument to be made for both. I think there's an argument to be made for both directions. We don't want to go green because that's going to look like healing. Much thoughts, much think. That's not readable at all. I feel like the first level's good. It's like a yellow crit. That one's not that much different, I don't think. It's not readably like I've done something more intense. And I think I need this to be brighter. Less brown, more red. Again, I think Drixie might be better at kind of figuring some of this stuff out in terms of color theory. I think the red is just super hard to read. Maybe it should be more pink, more pastel-y colored. Okay, I think what I want to do that feels better. It needs to be lighter in order for it to read better. I don't know if those are the right colors, but I think that's fine for now. Let's see. I got a bit more, like, I feel like I'm fading in terms of like keeping up with like dialogue and stuff, and like being clear about what I'm trying to execute on. But I think I've got a bit more energy to just try and see if we can get a very simple prototype of the enemy health bars showing the combo points. And then if we decide we want to remove that, I think that's fine, but probably better to have the clarity and then have the ability to remove it if need be, than to just not have it any kind of functionality at all for it. I was going to type in clarity, which is not what we're looking for here. We are looking for the enemy health bar, which we're going to go back to the front end, and we're going to take a look at the combat UI. What is that going to be? Status bar components? Simple? Yes. Okay, this is it. And then we have the stamina pips. This is all pointing at the wrong version. Is this the... This is under infinite retries. Okay, it's just pointing at the wrong images because this is all from rebuilt off of Era. Looks like we have a couple of different UI pieces that Drixie has made over time. This is something for the action points. I think that could work. Let's turn on this. That's massive. See how these are supposed to be built? 9 by 9. That feels like it's probably still too big. Let's start with just the icons, I guess. Let's start there. 7 by 7. Okay. Let's rename these to combo indicator. Okay. Let's delete these. Horizontal layout group. A little bit too much space in between them. Interesting. It's not going to be centered because this health bar is 18 wide. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Each of these is 7. We have one space in between. Yeah, we'd need to rebuild these specifically for this, but this is okay for now. And then we're going to need a new component. We're going to make a copy of... Oh, which one do we use? Let's do unit full portrait component as like the base. Okay, so we're gonna have a unit combo tracker component. We're gonna copy that name. We're gonna come into here. We're gonna rename that here. This is going to be a data-driven screen component that uses unit as its data-driven, its data. We're going to have 3 images, which is going to be combo indicator 1, 2, 3, putting my glasses back on. Okay, then we're going to combo indicator set activity game object set activity stored data. Actually, we're going to do this above. We're going to do stored data.get component combo tracker, because the combo tracker should exist on the same object as the unit. And then we're just going to kind of hack this together for now. If combo tracker.index, which I guess we can't access because we made it private. Fine, I'll do it properly. Public int combo index get return m combo index. So no one can modify it, but we can at least access it. And then if it equals 1, we will turn on the first indicator. Actually, if greater than or equal to 1, turn on the first indicator. If greater than or equal to 2, turn on the second indicator. Etc., etc. Okay. Now, if we come back into the simple status bar component object, and we add a new component, which is this unit combo tracker. No, unit combo tracker. You're upset. You're upset because I didn't save this. Okay. And then if we come back in here and do unit combo tracker and then point it at indicator 1, indicator 2, and indicator 3, and then turn all these off by default, I do believe that should allow us to track the combo. So you won't be able to know what the combo... Nope, still wrong scene. Okay. You won't be able to tell what the combo is. Like, you won't be able to figure out, like, oh, I need to do this ability next. But you'll at least be able to track what level that enemy's combo meter is at. So if you know what the combo is on that enemy, you'll be able to be like, oh, I need to do this next. Oh, I guess that makes sense. We never show more than 3 pips because on the 3rd pip we reset back to 0. Okay, them popping on and off isn't great. Probably should have some sort of animation. Let's make this a bit bigger too. Let's start over. Should have done this at full size from the beginning. Interesting. The misalignment of some of the pixels is bothering me, but otherwise I think that is okay for now. So if we turn these back on, we'll only ever have 2 on at a time. So that means we need to modify this a little bit so that it's not left aligning. In fact, I think we need to go 1 pixel this way, maybe 2 pixels this way. I think that's centered now. And if we turn off one of these, I would expect it to reshift everything. Oh, we want to do middle center. Oh, that's part of the problems. Why the... Okay. Okay, that's better. If we do -1 spacing, that just brings them closer to the center. -2 spacing, okay. And then if we turn off this one, centered, 2, okay. Let's try that. Oh, I just realized this image is literally called combo indicator. So this is from a while ago when I wanted to do... Yeah, we had talked about this a long time ago. So I guess Drixie had built it, and I'm just now finally getting around to it months later. I feel like these should be animating maybe, so like when you hit, right now it just appears, but I feel like it should like animate up, like into position. Same thing here. Well, I don't know, if they're shifting left and right, I guess that makes animating them slightly harder. This one, I definitely feel like when we do this final hit, they just disappear. There should be some sort of like explosion, like both pips explode away in like a little sprite animation. I feel like that could be interesting. Also, there's no indication that this is worse than actually pulling off the combo right now. So like when I do this hit and then this hit, we get both of the pips appearing. And if we then strike, both pips disappear before we even see the number fly off. And then in here, if we do hit, hit, and then we don't do a combo attack, we just do a normal one, they also both just disappear, but then we see a white number fly off. So yeah, the UI for this would need to be a little bit punchier, I think. Also, does this guy still have 750 health? Yeah, and we've got them down to like half, less than half. Also, I wasn't zoomed in again. I think this is a good set of scaffolding to build off of. I don't think this is a complete system, but I could probably leave this for the time being, and it definitely gets the idea of the combo system across. That's starting to feel pretty snappy. One, two, three. I think the animations need to be refined a little bit. Yeah, same page, Amorphous. I think that's what I was trying to get across. Maybe I wasn't explaining it super well, but same idea. I also feel like some sort of border around the pips would make them more readable. Here, I don't feel like the UI is necessarily coming across extremely well against the kind of high detail trunk backgrounds. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. One, two. I guess this is actually the best way to deal with this enemy. Shove them away, back away. Rush hit, shove. They can never hit you. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. So because enemies only ever move one step right now, and you get 3, that allows you to kind of just like get away. So move, punch. That actually completes the combo too, which is kind of funny. So if we go here, we shove and then walk away, they'll walk up, which allows us to rush in, thus completing the final piece of the combo. Might be trickier if there was 2 of them. That's fair. So if we start a run with both revealed, I mean, obviously this is way too much health. Because this is kind of just tedious. But also, it's not bad. Oh, I ran out of time. Right, okay, that's fair. Curious what just one, like, or I guess this is 2 attack power, but just what 2 attack power would do here. It's a pretty sizable damage increase. Like, this is not a realistic amount of health for these enemies to have. I killed one. I don't think I could kill one normally, though. Like, without kind of cheesing it by, like, shoving and then walking away. If I was to just continuously, like, attack it, I don't think I would have enough health. But maybe. I guess that would be the reason to upgrade health. No, that doesn't do anything. If I only have 1 pip left, walking away and shoving are about the same. I think I killed it as we ended the round. Okay. I'll be honest, I don't know if it's coming across on stream, but that was pretty fun. even if it is cheesy and tedious, like, it felt interesting trying to combo, and like when the combo would break and I'd be like, oh, I did it wrong, I felt like I had messed up. Like I'd shoved when I should have backed up, or I lost track of what I was doing. And losing the rhythm didn't feel like the game was punishing me. It felt like I had made a mistake. Oh, our health is not resetting on each run either. We are not recovering back up to full. That is, I guess, a problem that I will need to solve. Out of curiosity, if we were to come into here and we were to buy a couple more stat upgrades, progression. These are the only ones that really matter right now, is the strength and the attack, because magic doesn't do anything yet. And just out of curiosity, if I was to equip heavy, and only heavy, how would that feel in comparison to doing the combo? Would it be worth doing heavy at all, or would it always be better to just do the combo? Ooh, 117. Oh no, we died. All that work. Okay, it's fine. We're going to do a new fresh run, and we're going to build up all our stats, and I'm just curious how much damage. Because, like, one hit was 117, which I think is significantly more than where we started. I think we were doing 22. Let's just test that real quick here before we... Yeah, 20. Somewhere in the range of 20, 22, maybe 19. So if we end the run, go to the Goddess Realm, upgrade by every stat we possibly can, which are just some random... nodes that we've added to the skill tree, not really well thought out yet in terms of progression. But if we just buy some stats, we end up getting up to... Ooh, what? I guess I didn't look. What is our attack stat by the time we're done here? We start at attack 7, and if we buy all these here, this one's at a strength 2, that's a strength 1. So I guess we're going to get up to 16 strength, which isn't even that large of a number. Oh, I wanted to also try heavy. Just to see if this ability has any value at all. Okay. How hard are these bats with like a crazy amount of health now? I guess technically if they have 750 and we know that like the base attack is doing 100, that's not too bad. Okay, we're going to start one. If we start 2 away from him, we know we can perform a perfect combo set. So we can do 1 for 103, 102 for the shove. So if we do the combo, shove is normally significantly worse than light attack by like, I guess by 10 power or something along those lines. Yeah, by 10 power. So normally shove is 5 power and light attack is 15. But if we combo with light attack, which is our first level of combo, that'll get 10 more power. So it'll become 25. And then shove will get 10 times 2 combo, so it'll be 20 plus 5, so it's also 25. So shove and light attack will have the same power values in the current system. And then when we do our final attack here, which is another light, that'll be 30 extra power on 15. So this will be doing 45 power. So it should be 3 times better than a base light attack on a non-combo turn, which is 200. So it's double. I guess it's double 25. So 45 is double 25, which I think makes sense with the way that my damage formulas work out. It's not a 1-to-1 like normal math. It's not like increasing power by doubles the damage. It's just not how the power works. And if we do a heavy attack here, that does 118, and that's because heavy does 25, I think is where we have it. Just out of curiosity, where is heavy attack? Heavy currently defaults the power to 25. So that should be close. That should be close to a light attack. It's interesting actually that the heavy was doing like 10 more damage than a shove or a normal dash attack, because this does 112. Oh, I guess they're actually within the same kind of like 10% damage range. Okay, so essentially doing a heavy attack, which costs 2 action points or 2 turns, is the same as just getting a normal dash attack in ish. So yeah, it's just not effective because it costs 2 combo points. So even though it's the same, it's twice as bad. So it's always better to combo with the current tuning values. And that does 22. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because it was doing 5 before. So yeah, shove without it being part of the combo set is not very useful. Okay. I mean, that's combat progression, right? We went from being able to not really kill these 750 health enemies very easily at all. Even with proper combos, it was taking us basically 200 turns of like, you know, messing around to kill 2 of them. And we weren't super efficient with this either, but we managed to, with, what did I say, 9 points of strength increase, so almost doubling, a little over doubling our attack stat. We were able to pretty handily defeat these bat enemies that were meant to be huge health pool punching bags. I mean, I feel like this is a video game. It needs more content and more gameplay, but that's progression, that's stats, that's abilities, that's combos, that's killing enemies and feeling like you're getting stronger as you do more runs. I think I made a video game. Cool. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Well, there's a lot of different directions, honestly, from this point. There's polish, so improving the general feel of the combos. I think there's still more that we can do. I think the animations could be polished up, like this attack animation with the punch probably could be like a sword or something. I think that the UI for the combo points could be improved, as we've already talked about. I think, though, I'm more interested in next steps being like game progression. So like we start with no abilities. I think maybe when we first start, we shouldn't even have the ability to do like shove and rush with contextual move. Like I feel like maybe when we start, our move ability should just be move and just a punch, not even shove, like basically just the punch attack, which would be like a weak basic hit. And then at some point, I feel like after a run or when you reach the next goddess statue, maybe the goddess gives you your first skill, and that allows you to combo your basic punch attack with whatever the skill that you get first to start doing combo attacks. And then once you have those combos, you can kind of deal with a lot of these early enemies that were giving you more trouble more easily. Yeah, I guess that's where I want to go next. I want to start working on like true player progression. You start with nothing, you do some runs, you get a new ability, you feel like that ability lets you unlock combos, combos let you do more damage, let you deal with stuff more easily. you make a little more progress, you unlock the skill tree, you start buying stats, which allow you to even more improve your ability to deal with these enemies, feel like you're growing in damage numbers, and then go from there. I feel like I gotta get like a first pass of like player progression. And I think I have enough tools to start building that. Okay. Okay, well, it took 2 hours and I think 2 streams because YouTube has separated them out. But we did it. We made combo attacks. And honestly, more feedback on the UI and the even just hit numbers than I thought we were going to get. I'm pretty happy with this level of accomplishment. Just checking. Yeah, YouTube has split these into 2 different videos. Sad. So I think we call it here. Next stream might be Wednesday. I'm not entirely sure. Again, as always, check the Discord for stream alerts. But I believe Wednesday should be the next one. Yeah, building a video game. For now, though, this is going to be Tolhi signing out. Later, folks.